Lessons I learned in my 30s. They will show you who they are. You don't even have to cut them off. If they steal from somebody else, they're going to steal from your ass. That goes in every area of their life. You were never late for your train. Never late. And anytime you think that you're late, that's the enemy trying to get in your head. Everything that God has done for you has always been on time.
Hey Rych Babes, how are you? I am back with another video because you know I'm posting daily, and today we're going to be talking about life lessons in your 30s. I am a 34-year-old woman, and I'm a mother, and I'm a divorced single woman as well. And you know, I put together this video so that way we can continue to learn together, to grow together, and to glow up, because this is what it's all about, is to learning and evolving and learning from others, so that way we don't either make the same mistakes, or that we learn and somebody told you, somebody gave you the advice, so you can't say, oh, I didn't know, because I'm providing this for you. So I hope that you find this video so you can see it, you can hear it, and then you can, you know, just digest whatever advice or whatever that you probably needed to hear. And yeah, so with that being said, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. It really helps my video. And please comment down below. I would love to read your comments. I respond to everybody that comments. And again, make sure that you like and subscribe. It definitely helps my channel. So with that being said, I'm talking too much. I'm about to go ahead on and start the video, and I'll come back at the end so we can talk.
I'm in my 80s, and this is what you need to know in your 30s. Stop overthinking everything. Stop! The world is not about to end. Turning 30 is not a death sentence.
I feel so old.
Your life isn't over. You're just getting to the good part. Except for the hangovers. Those don't get any easier.
Hello?
Your 30s are just like your 20s, but with a little more cash and some wisdom. So go out and have fun, and there's plenty of time to mess up.
One of the biggest lessons I've learned since turning 30, I'm going to share here with you. So come and gather. Let's circle around. Yeah, leave people where they're acting weird at. Leave people exactly where they are acting weird at. It's not up to you to solve that. Yeah, no, because you're evolving, you're growing. And the thing is, if you don't want to be a part of my journey, friend, it's okay. I'm going to leave you right here. The buck stops here, right? I can't have you 1 foot in, 1 foot out, trying to figure out, should I be her friend? I see she's doing a lot. I really don't want to support her in this era, but like, still want to know what's going on? No. Let me leave you here, friend. Let me leave you with this. The moment I remove myself from the equation, I'm no longer part of the problem. Yeah, so I'm going to leave you right here and keep moving. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to send you grace and love. But that's it. Leave people where they are acting weird. Okay? I love you.
Things as a 51-year-old, almost 52, that I wish I had known in my early 30s. If someone is bothering you, take it in stride. I promise it won't be a big deal 2 weeks from now. Do you remember what was bothering you 2 weeks ago? Stop comparing yourself to other people. It doesn't get you ahead. It actually moves you further behind. Go to the gym and your problems will feel a lot less severe. And don't try to change 5 habits all at once. Just change 1 at a time. That way, real change will happen.
A lot of people say that, oh, you have the best time in your 30s, yet your 30s are the lit years, like everything's going to make sense, to set that. I'm here to tell you that yes, I do believe your 30s are better, but here's why. I think your 30s are better because everything that you thought was going to happen may not have happened. So now you realize, I didn't die. Do you know what I mean? Like, you realize, okay, the disappointment didn't kill me. You realize, wow, that heartbreak, although there was a heartbreak that I thought was going to finish me. Yeah, there was a heartbreak that I thought was going to finish me. because heartbreak in your 30s is not it. I thought it was going to finish me. There was one time I was walking around, yeah, and I took off my glasses because I said to myself, I've seen enough.
Are you a young woman in your 30s? If you are, take some time and stop and listen to me just for a minute or two. I'll be 60 this summer, and I clearly, distinctly remember being 30, and it went just like that. It went so fast. So if you're in your 30s, I want you to listen to 3 things that will help you so that you can really, truly enjoy being 60. This sprinkle and all of the stuff that you hear on the internet, that might not be your retirement plan. So even if you're with a man, you need to have your own money. Second thing is move your body. Make sure that you are 100% taking care of yourself in your 30s. And the less you move in your 30s, the less you're gonna move when you're older. You only get one body and you need to take care of it. Don't think just because you're 30 and you can eat whatever you want and do whatever you want, that's gonna sustain you well into your 60s. Get into therapy. Don't just work on your physical, but work on your mental. There is nothing worse than an old, bitter, 60-year-old woman that has never dealt with her childhood wounds or her traumas. Those are the older women that you see on this app or even in your own families, and their spirits are just in chaos, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why they're that way, and it's because they went through their whole lives not dealing with issues. So don't become that woman, because once you're 60, it's a lot more difficult. Have conversations with God. Find some gratitude. Talk to him. He's always right there with you. But sit down and have conversations with him and let him know where you're at and where you want to be, and pray, not just for yourself, but those around you. And I get it, not everybody's religious, but whatever spiritual realm that you are in, find it so that you're centered and hold on to that well into your older age. It's never too late to start, but financial health, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health is all that you need to carry you through life's challenges. And I'm here to tell you from experience, if you want to be happy and healthy during your older years, start now. Remember those things. First of all, I absolutely love this question, and I love the fact that 30-year-olds are paying attention to the older women and our wisdom. There's a video pinned to the top of my page where I speak directly to 30-year-olds, but I want to respond to this particular question because there is a lot to be learned from being in your 30s. And I've shared with you guys how my 30s was the most tumultuous time of my life. It was terrible. I was newly divorced and 2 kids. I was at my brokest and the most broken emotionally. So I learned a lot of lessons in my 30s, but I want you to think about investing in a few things if you're in your 30s. And I talk about this a lot, but invest in your health, because your health has a direct correlation with your emotional state. So get in the gym, move your body, invest in your health. Take good care of yourself in your 30s, because the payoff, you won't see the payoff until you're my age. And then you're going to see the payoff, okay? So invest in your health. Invest in therapy. Always work on your mental. I cannot stress that enough. If I don't say anything over and over, I know you guys probably don't want me to repeat myself, but you've got to invest in your emotional state, because it is the barometer for everything that you do. If you're going to be successful and you're going to enjoy life to the fullest, you've got to be in an emotional state in order to do all those things. I don't talk about this often, but as women, we need to find a purpose. So what I mean by that is your 30s is the best time to find, what are you here for? What's your purpose? And that's not what you're good at necessarily. Sometimes it's just your purpose is your calling. Like, why did God put you here? What are you here to do? My purpose really is to inspire women. I already know. And when I turn the phone on and I start talking to young women or women in general, I know it's my purpose because I don't have to script. I don't have to think about it. I just speak directly from my heart because I know that there's somebody on the other side of the phone that is receiving this information and they're doing something with it. And so don't let fear stand in your way. That was one of the lessons I learned in my 30s is I knew what my purpose was. People would listen, you know, when I started talking, but I let fear and insecurity stop me from really tapping into my purpose. So it took me to now to really be able to utilize it. And lastly, use your 30s as an opportunity to really nail down financial literacy. Okay, you've got to do that. When I was in my 30s after a divorce, you know, my credit tanked, you know, everything was in shambles. But you guys want to know what my credit score is now? It's 840. Because I learned the game or the art of tapping into financial literacy and how powerful it is. And it's not just a credit score. It's really like becoming a lifelong learner and putting yourself in the game of financial literacy, understanding just how powerful it is to plan for your future. So just think about, you know, you're in your 30s. I'm 60. That's 30 years from now. You could do a lot with 30 years. So use this time to plan for your future so that when you're my age, you know, your mental is good, your health is good, your finances are in order, and your 30s, I mean, you are just scratching the surface of life, okay, in your 30s. So again, I really appreciate you guys listening to me, and if there's any questions whatsoever, let me know, because, you know, I love this. I'm having fun. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.
One thing I'm no longer doing now that I'm in my 30s is not feeling pressured to go out. So if I don't want to go out on a Friday night and I'd rather stay in and watch a movie and go to sleep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be honest about it. No need to lie.
Here's 3 things I've learned in my 30s so far. Self-care is the best care. If your cup is empty, you have literally nothing to give to anyone around you. That includes your husband, your kids, your friends, your family. Will get zero if you're a zero. In the past 4 years, I have embraced the idea that self-care is not selfish because I'm able to show up way more efficiently for my people when I've been taken care of first. What people think about me ain't none of my business. What I realized is that when people assume things about you without knowing all of the facts, they're really just reacting and projecting their own issues onto you based on their own upbringing, their life experiences, their relationships, all that. Though others might have opinions that might be valid sometimes. If you know 2 + 2 = 4, but somebody is saying it equals 7, like I said, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. And lastly, no situation is worth it if you have to compromise who you are and what you believe, especially when we're talking about women and expectations that we have on us. When that's a struggle for you, it's easier for you to get into situations where you compromise who you really are. I've learned the hard way that everyone is on their own timeline and nothing is worth me losing my mind and going crazy over child. I learned that I would rather wait 10 to 15 more years to get what I deserve and what I know God wants for me than to just have it now for the sake of having it now, but it be as a result of me compromising myself, my boundaries, and what I believe. Everything I've learned in my 30s has really shifted my mindset and made me a better woman, and baby, I ain't never going back.
This may be controversial, but here is life lesson number 1,032. If people are unable to be happy for you in your times of accomplishments and joy and celebrate you, those are not your people. Whether it's a family member, a friend, a spouse, a partner, any capacity, if people are unable to celebrate you and be genuinely happy for you when you have good news, or when you got your hair done, or when you have on nice makeup, or when your dress looks beautiful, or when your shoes is gorgeous, like the fact that they will purposely ignore the moments where you are operating either at your best or you look your best, and they just purposely ignore it just to make you feel less than, pay attention to those people in your life. And when you acknowledge them, no need to create a fuss, no need to question their motives. Just accept them for who they are. These people don't have capacity to be happy for other people because no one's ever even been happy for them. No one's ever celebrated them. And that's an internal wound that they need to heal, but that doesn't mean you need to not be wounded because they have trauma that they haven't dealt with. That's when you decide, hey, is this person conducive for my health, my mental health, my well-being, my emotional well-being? No. You want your support system, emotional support system, to be nothing less than joyful, supportive, loving. Like, they need to shout on the mountaintops for you, especially in those moments where you're not even doing it yourself. Because sometimes life gets difficult, and your circle determines how you get from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. And yeah, I would love for it to just be like we're all here doing things on our own, but there are times in your life where having a cheerleader, and that cheerleader is your mom, your dad, your friends, your loved ones, your spouse. That's a great feeling to have. And if those people are unable to share in your joy or just celebrate you in those moments, those are not the people that you're supposed to be engaging with on a day-to-day basis.
Hey guys, I come to you with a special dose of life lessons with Nisha. I just want to share some things that I've learned in my 30s. My top one is quite serious actually. Mental health and physical health. Don't compromise it for anyone, for anything. If your mental health is not where it needs to be, book in that therapist. If you're in pain, you've got shoulder pain, book in their physio. It's important. You're not 100% of yourself. Do it. The second one, and it's quite difficult to wrap your head around this one, but no one cares. No one cares. Because we are so caught up in our own lives in trying to survive. And if they do care, it's a them problem, not a you problem. The third one, FOMO. Do you get FOMO? I used to get FOMO. I don't get FOMO anymore. Because if I were meant to be there, I would be there. So it probably means that you weren't meant to be there. We've cracked the code, guys. That's the code. My third one, a slow life versus a fast life. My 20s, I wanted to be that tech girl in London on the tube, running around. Social life, like at 100 miles per hour. I'm like, no thank you. I want a slow life. I want a comfortable life. I want to live within my means. I don't have to think about things, of course. But I don't want to be Superwoman. No thank you. Anyway, I've got more of this coming. Part 2. Let me know.
I have loved and lost in friendships so much. However, I think the more I have lost friends or I've removed myself from friendships, the more self-love and self-respect I have gained for myself. Because honestly, if I think about it, those past friends really didn't see my worth. And the older I get, the more I realize, like, friends that disappear the moment they get a boyfriend, that's not healthy. Because the older I get, the more I realize how amazing women are. We are queens of multitasking, to be completely honest. We can balance a career while maintaining a family, while keeping up with our health, our mental health. Like, we are such amazing multitaskers. And the older I got, and I realized for someone to not be able to balance between their love life and their friends, hasn't really developed that skill of multitasking. And honestly, I don't think it's fair. I've tolerated it. I've waited for months. Like, so many friends have gotten a boyfriend and they've disappeared for like months at a time. But then when the boyfriend is like on a trip or he's busy with work or something and they're all alone, that's when they call you. That's when they remember their friends. And I just, it felt so icky to me. I was like, I'm not your placeholder. I'm not your friend on retainer. Like, if I'm going to be your friend, I'm going to be your friend. But don't place me on hold until that person is like busy and then you can like come back. And it's the same behavior over and over where you guys make plans and it's like finally you haven't seen each other in so long and then last second they cancel on you because they have to see the boyfriend, or something new and shiny and more entertaining popped up. And another thing that women are incredible at doing is tolerating. But I think we are way too tolerant with disrespectful behavior. And we're way too empathetic, and we're way too understanding, and we're way too compassionate when people are literally disrespecting our time and the value that we bring in whatever relationship, whether it's romantic or friendship. And I've noticed myself bend over backwards for friends that just cancel on me last second, forget me completely, don't invite me, have excuses up the whammy. The whole, oh, I'm just so busy, I'm so busy. We are all busy. We are women, we know how to multitask. Back then I let that excuse, I was like, oh, they're so busy, oh my God, I shouldn't be like so on them. Now I have friends, and this is what I'm talking about with multitasking. I have friends that they're busy too. They have their families, they have their own lives. They will call me and be like, hey, I have to run to the store, to the supermarket with the kid in the stroller. Please come meet me at the supermarket so I can see you, so we can catch up for a little bit of time. So I'm meeting a friend who I haven't been able to see because she's like dealing with motherhood, but we are catching up at the supermarket and roaming around, catching up, having a good time while she's multitasking with a kid and her daily things that she needs to do. And when I experienced that, I realized that I was shutting my worth down for people who really disrespected my time and did not see my value at all. Because if they're too busy and they can't make plans with you, you know what? Someone else will. Someone else will include you into their life because they actually care about you and value you so much. Stop accepting bare minimum from shitty friends. They are not worth it.
Here's some things that you should know by the time you hit 40. If somebody is making more money than you, it's because they have more leverage than you. Distraction is the greatest killer to success. It stunts your brain and it slows down your growth. Don't take advice from people who are not where you want to be. No one is coming to save your problems. Your life is 100% your responsibility. You don't need self-help books. All you need is discipline. Unless you went to college for a specific career, college is not necessary. It's good, but it's not necessary. Not in this day and age. No one really cares unless it's your mama. And if you have a daddy, he might care too. If you meet somebody smarter than you, don't compete with them. Learn from them. Smoking has zero benefit to your life. It slows your thinking and takes you off of focus. Comfort is the worst addiction. It's also a cheap ticket to depression. Don't tell people more than what they know. Respect your privacy. Avoid alcohol and marijuana if you can't control it. Keep your standards high and don't settle for nothing just because it's available. The family you create is more important than the family that you come from. Train yourself to not take nothing personal and stop subscribing to other people's issues. Mind your business. And if you don't separate yourself from distractions or distractors, you're going to separate yourself from your goals. Also, you get enough attention. Find somebody that offers intention. And out of all the flavors, stop choosing to be salty. Hustle hard until you feel like New York is cheap. And when somebody shows you who they are, stop acting like you don't get the picture like the flash isn't on. And find you that one friend where somebody has to say, oh my God, it's two of them. Your whole life should be your love life. The only X you should miss is the extra money you used to have. Who needs enemies if you talk to yourself like that and think negatively? The only time that Y equals MX plus B should be the slope of the line that they just crossed. Realize it might be a sale on audacity and sometimes people got a whole basket full. Stand on business. The Statue of Liberty should walk before you do. Pay zero attention to them gas prices because what else you gonna do about it? The second most told lie is that I'm fine. And the first most told lie is that I've read and agreed to these conditions. Wear the outfit because you are the occasion. Forget what they think. And if you ever have to get off of your job, call them and say you have to drop everything because Craig is in trouble. Lastly, at this age, you don't go together, you grow together.
Okay, my rich babes, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. The life lessons that you'll learn in your 30s is so real. Like, as a 34-year-old, obviously still learning as I go. And a lot of these women that's in this video, like, just really hit home. And a lot of stuff I've either experienced or just something to think about. So that way, you know, I know what to do when that time may come. But I hope this video helps out to someone. Make sure that you comment down below either your experience or your thoughts on this video, and I will see you guys next time. Please subscribe and like as well. It really helps out my channel. And I'll see you guys again. I do post daily, so if you want to stay connected, come on now, hit that subscribe button. See you later, loves.